Hey yo, what's up? So today there's a new Gate of Infinity, it's a new secret dungeon, and today it is Maze of Death. And here there's this guy live that is usually rank 1 on my server, and he did 54 seconds, and I think I can beat this guy with my new PvE build. And so let's see it. Alright, so my strategy for this boss is to follow the mechanics because there are a few mechanics with this boss that you can't really ignore. And so the most obvious mechanic to know about is obviously the maze. And so once in a while, usually 2 times per run in my case, I get poured into the center of the arena, and then the arena becomes some sort of maze with something like 2 or 3 levels. And so you kind of have to find your way out of that maze, and you have to get out on time because there's also a shadow that grows over time, and so you have to be fast enough so that you don't get damaged from that or whatever. And so that's kind of what it is. And so I think the most difficult thing about the maze is that once you find an exit to that level, you have to figure out where is the next exit. And so if I get out of a level, I have to check where's the exit so that I can move towards that side. And so it's always about which side is the next exit, if that makes sense. And throughout all of the maze, you have to avoid and jump over like some sort of purple AoEs that can slow you down and kind of staggers you. So you have to avoid them so that you don't waste that much time. And so once you succeed the maze, once you complete the maze disappears, and then the boss appears, and so now you can continue your DPS. And so again, usually I have to do the maze 2 times per run, and so usually I try to keep my eye focus after the first maze because when I start the boss, the first maze is quite fast, so to avoid wasting my big cooldown here, I try to keep eye focus after the first maze so that I'm able to do most of the damage between the 2 mazes that I have to do during these runs. Other than the maze, the boss does a few things, and so the first thing that he does is that he does a bunch of AoEs around the map or whatever. And so in my case, I just ignore them because they don't do that much damage, and I don't really care about my HP because I usually have enough sustain to heal myself with through my damage or whatever. And so I don't care about the AoEs. I don't move away or whatever. And I just prefer having my asceticism here because if you remain still, you get some sort of heavy attack chance, and so I prefer keeping that. So that's the first thing. And so the next thing that the boss does is that he does one fury attack, one block attack, and you can choose to block it or to simply move away from it because this attack here is simply a line. It is a line, and so you can choose to block it if you want, or you can simply move to the side to not have to block it, I guess. But again, if you decide to move, you're kind of losing that asceticism here, so it kind of depends what you want to do, I guess. Okay, and so one thing that you can do as well is that you can side dodge like this, and by doing that, you're not losing asceticism right here, and so that's a little trick that you can do. And but you can also do a hard block if you want, because the thing is that in the mazes or whatever, you have to run a lot, and so you're losing a lot of stamina. And so if you're able to do some perfect blocks with the chaotic shield, you might be able to get some stamina back that could be useful for uh, for these mazes. And so that could be nice to get some stamina back if you're able to do a perfect block. And if you choose to do a block, you could go with more damage with the Mystic Shield as well. So that's something that you can do. And you can also choose to move to simply avoid by moving to the side. But what I would do is that another thing that the boss does if you choose to move to the side is that the sometimes from time to time uh, there's an orb that spawn, and it can be anywhere on the map. There's an orb that spawns, and so that orb gives you some sort of damage boost or or it gives you more damage or whatever. And so if you're moving, I would try to get that orb if possible, so that you don't waste your asceticism, if that makes sense. And so I guess it's kind of situational, but most of the time I just try to focus on burning the boss as fast as possible, and I try to block at the last second to get a perfect block. And so that's usually how I try to do and how I try to go about it. And I think that's pretty much it. Okay, that's a block. Okay, let me go this way. It's here. Okay, we go, popping all the cooldowns. Oh, I kind of messed up my rotation actually. It's a block. That's another maze. It's this way. Oh, I got stuck. Popping cooldowns. That's a block. 53 seconds. And that was decent here. And I think with this one, I think I'm rank 1 with this one. Yes, I'm rank 1, and I was able to beat that guy by pretty much 1 second. I think that's gonna be good for now, but I feel like I could even do better here, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Alright, peace.